What's going on? Hope all is well with everyone. I know I didn't tap in last night, but it's cool. It is what it is. We're here now, right? I actually been thinking about kind of changing up the schedule a little bit because I feel like I feel like I've been kind of just going at it a little bit too much, right? And a big reason why I was going at it so hard in terms of putting out content so frequently is because I really wanted to impact this election. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Um, yeah, man. Look, this toxic culture that we live in, man. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about that, man. Terrence, what's good, Brody? Ter- Terrence B, what's up, man? I know this ain't traditionally the topics that we do talk about, but prior to the election, we were kind of talking about these sort of things, and just our culture and how we could impact our culture. Like, Terrence, my whole thing is this, Brody. I want to see us succeed in every way, shape, and form because we all know what it is we've been through as a people. But it's just certain things that I see, man, that it's just hard for me to really try to sit up there and support. I see where it's people that died for us to be free, right? Some of our ancestors died in order for us to have the level of freedom that we have. And what I see right now is just this culture of people like these younger dudes, man. They just crashing out. It's an epidemic at this point. It is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of rappers that I hear about on a day-to-day basis, I would say a weekly basis, but pretty much every day, if not every other day, you hear something. It's a rapper either you know or a rapper you never heard about before, and they're self-snitching, incriminating themselves, putting themselves in predicaments that they don't need to be in. It's just a few minutes ago, I was actually watching this video on YouTube. I'm not going to play it because you guys wouldn't even really be able to hear it because I'm outside right now. But I didn't watch the whole thing. It's kind of like the same sort of thing, right? We've seen this movie before and we see it over and over and over again, right? Young dude gets up there, he makes music. And in his music are incriminating lyrics, right? Because when you do crime and when you do these sorts of things, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find a way to express that, right? And sometimes you're going to express it through art. So this isn't the type of art where people are just making art just to make art, right? And, art, using art to somewhat imitate reality, but they're using reality to imitate art, basically, right? If you catch my drift. And it is absolutely ridiculous. It is an epidemic right now. Not to say that things didn't happen in the generation before me and generations before me, but it seems as if the further we go into the future, the wilder and wilder these individuals get. And I don't understand it. I got to be completely honest with you. I do not understand why every generation it seems as if we get wilder and wilder and wilder. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know if it's because they don't have anything that they feel like they're living for. I don't know if some of it is because of the clout that they want and they feel like this is the best way that they're gonna be able to get love. But I feel like mental health, man, and just giving opportunities and showing these people opportunities, And even that, because the crazy part is this: you want to say, all right, show them opportunities, but then you have people that become multimillionaires, right? They become multimillionaires. They make it up out the hood, Terrence. And once they make it up out the hood, you would think they would stop doing the things that they're doing. You would think, all right, cool, we made it up out the hood now. All right, we've did everything that we're supposed to do. We could take care of our responsibilities. Now it's time to stop. They're not stopping at that point, right? So making it up out the hood or making it up out that situation, it's not enough for them to be like, all right, cool, you know what? I'm going to put this life behind me. We're going to move forward. This is everything that I've ever wanted. Nah, it's this crash out culture. It's a bunch of, honestly, a bunch of dummies, bro. A bunch of dummies. And I hate to really say it like that, but I don't know what other way to put it. I don't know what other way to put it. And sometimes you got to kind of hear it, like the harsh reality of it. And the harsh reality is, yeah, you're doing dumb shit, right? And you might need a father figure or a brother or a big brother to tell you, bro, you're being stupid, right? And I'm not saying it out of malice. I'm not saying it out of hate. I'm saying it because I care about you, because I love you, because I don't want you guys to crash out. Because I actually do want to see you guys succeed so that you can show the next generation that, yeah, you could succeed and you could stay out of these people's prisons. And you could stay out of the coffin until it's your time, right? Because it's going to come to everyone, right? But why just attract it to you while you're here? You're here experiencing life for a reason. There's a reason why you're experiencing life. Why not just try to be the best that you could be? And these people have, not to say that they didn't grind to get the opportunities they got. They grinded, got the opportunities that they have. And what do they do with the opportunity? They squander that shit. They squander it. And to me, it's just absolutely mind-blowing because, yeah, man, I just think, me personally, I think if you're given that opportunity and you have the opportunity to leave that life behind you, because it might not be as easy if you've grown up in that situation and this is all that you know, and what's wrong is right in your culture. But then when you're given the opportunity to make it up out of that culture and you see, the destruction and the death that's, behind you, why would you then go back to that? I can't understand it. I just can't understand it. To add to the topic, my wife asked me to tell her for 500 million. I told her no. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I don't know what it is you're telling me. She said, stop lying. I said, it's not in me to tell. Oh, okay. I get it. I guess I get what you're saying. Major A says, what's up, my guy? So you're talking about snitching. I hear what you're saying. But here's my thing. First of all, I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. Stay away from crime, right? And I know, Terrence, I know you're not involved in any of that sort of stuff, right? I know you're not. But if I'm going to be honest with you, yes, if you do something, if you and somebody do something together, and this is how snitching works. If you and somebody do something together, whatever that is that you and that person do together, right? And I hear you saying, oh, you're not about snitching or whatever it is. Then that goes without saying. That's something that you guys did together. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I agree with it, this, that, and the third, right? But when it's all said and done, if it's something where it's like you could make your neighborhood better or whatever it is, and that's not, for me, it's not snitching if you're a citizen, right? It's not snitching if you're a citizen and you witness somebody, I don't know, do something crazy to an old lady or something like that, like you seen something like that happen, then you decide, all right, cool, well, you know what? Yeah, this is the person that did it. I ain't got much of an issue with that, right? But if it's something where you and somebody else decided you guys were going to do something stupid, and then somebody got caught, and then now all of a sudden one person is deciding, oh yeah, you know what, he did this, he did, you guys knew what you were doing before you did it. You understand what I'm saying? So now these are the consequences of what's happening. So yeah, on some level I get what it is that you're saying, because On one level, it's like this, right? If, again, like I said, if you witness something and maybe you didn't see the whole situation or whatever it is, because I've had situations happen before where I remember I was in Manhattan one time, right? And I was right by a pizza shop and I saw a dude, like, he was leaking. I don't know what happened to him, but he was just leaking. So I called 911 and I had 911 come up. I described the situation. And of course, New York is cameras everywhere. So I'm sure they saw what it is that happened. I didn't see it when it happened. I didn't witness anything. The only thing that I saw was there's a person on the ground. He needs help. All right, cool. Let's get him some help. Let's get the ambulance over here to come get him up, right? That's what you do as a citizen. That's what you do as a person that, try to impact your community in a better way, right? Now, if the situation was something where it's like, two individuals ended up doing something to somebody, and then one of the individuals ended up getting caught, and then they get a lesser time or whatever it is, the individual is like, oh, yep, he did it, right? To me, that's just snake-like behavior on all levels, right? First of all, you put yourself in a position that you never should have really put yourself in the first place. And then second of all, the person that you guys are supposed to have this level of trust for each other, you decided, oh, yeah, no, he did it, right? So I do understand to a degree what it is that you're saying. But when it's all said and done, it's like this, right? I'm going to tell you something about the streets. Now, the crazy thing is about the streets is this. How you doing, Navia Rhodes? How you doing, love? The crazy thing about the streets is this, right? As much as you have people out there in the street that pretend as if they don't snitch, that talk about how they don't snitch, that act like they live by a certain code and this, that, and the third, that's absolutely false 9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10, when somebody get jammed up, when they get jammed, doesn't matter what it is that you guys were doing before, 9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen? Some of these dudes are gonna snitch on one another. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna snitch on one another, right? So all of this old code, this, that, and the third, when they're waving this time out in front of your face, 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10, people are gonna point the finger and say, "Oh, I didn't do this. He did this." Right? So a lot of guys do kind of carry that bravado when you think, "Oh yeah, this guy is never gonna snitch. This guy he's a real one. This, that, and the third." Trust and believe. If he has the opportunity to get a lesser time on his sentence, he is going to snitch on your ass. Period, point blank. I don't know how else to put it. I do not know how else to put it. So I think the best thing for you to do, and then sometimes some of these people be lying as well, right? We had the Woody situation. Woody was talking about how he was lying on Young Thug, putting a whole bunch of smut on his name, things that he didn't do, right? In order to get a lesser sentence. Right? Allegedly, this is what he said, right? So when it's all said and done, I think the best thing that you could do, stay away from that culture, right? The crash out culture is absolutely real. What I see now more than ever, they don't care about nothing. They don't got no regard for their life. They don't got no regard for anybody else's life. They do some of the most boneheaded stuff, and then they come and then they snitch on themselves, right? So if they're snitching on themselves, you think they won't snitch on you? If they're snitching on themselves, if they're snitching on themselves, what makes you think they won't snitch on you? And I'm not up here to say, all right, cool, Little Dirt did it or he didn't do it. I don't know if he did it or he didn't do it, right? Plain and simple, I don't know if he did it or didn't do it. I can only tell you from my experience, when I'm listening to a song like Aha, and he's talking about, oh, what's gonna happen, the feds coming and all of that sort of stuff. It's like, whoa, why are you speaking these things into existence? Why are you saying certain things? Like he'll say, oh, it's not real. It's all props and this, that, and the third. Bro, you think that's how this thing works? You think that all you gotta do is just say, oh, it's not real, and all of a sudden it's just not real? Come on, man. Because you're implicating yourself in some stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you didn't do it, you raise suspicion to say, oh, well, the details are kind of very, very similar to how it actually happened. They describe it even better than we know how to describe it. So maybe there is some sort of connection there. Maybe if he didn't do it, maybe he knows something about it. Or maybe this or maybe that, right? But some of these guys, man, they put themselves in this position, and as much as you love their music, as much as you know, as much as you kind of see the good in them, it's like they put themselves in these positions where it's very difficult for you to ever come out here and really defend these guys. And it's quite sad. I gotta admit that it's really quite sad. It's quite sad because I was here looking for Lil Durk. I was thinking Lil Durk was gonna be successful. He's gonna go off into the sunset. He was just gonna live life and, you know, maybe retire of old age or something. You know what I mean? But here we are again. Another one bites the dust. You got people like Bloodhound Lil Jeff and King Von and all of this. And what's crazy is everybody that I'm describing right now is from Chicago. And it's rather unfortunate. I gotta admit that it's rather unfortunate. And it's like this mentality is something like this crash out culture is just something that's just embedded in the culture over there. And it's becoming not only, and it's I'm not gonna say it's only Chicago or Chicago is the only people that are doing these things, but being that this is where the new era of drill rap started, and that there's a lot of you know, influential people from the movement that still reside in Chicago, and being that we see so many instances where these individuals are getting themselves jammed up. Oh, no pun intended, by the way, getting themselves jammed up in certain situations based on things that they're saying in their lyrics and in their songs. It's just, you know, I don't know how else to put it, man. But my whole thing is, what can we do to change this culture? Like, what can we do in order to impact the youth in a more positive way, where they realize that maybe, you know what? Maybe there's something better. Maybe I really do got people that care about me. Maybe I should start caring about myself a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't do some of this dumb stuff that I'm doing. And maybe I should make some changes in my life. Maybe I got the opportunity now to make some changes in my life. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do. And I think we ought to start thinking like that, man. I honestly, I do. Terrence B says, I always say this music is making our people slow. Definitely making it's like you know what it's like, Terrence B. I think I'm gonna go inside because I'm tired of yelling. Hold on, give me a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. It's getting kind of cold out here too, man. Woo. It is getting kind of cold in here. I mean, out here. But yeah, you said, oh, the music is making our people slow. So here's the thing, right? So if you completely immerse yourself into the music that somebody else is expressing, they're expressing their truth through their art, right? Now, if you completely immerse yourself into into this fantasy world, and not to say that all of these guys, it's just fantasy land or anything like that, but they make everything sound glamorous. If you ever listen to a lot of this music, what they're showing you is that, oh, I'm always winning. I always got on the best jewelry. I always got in the fastest cars. And it's like they create these things where it's like almost like this fantasy world. And if you're a young person coming up, you might think to yourself, oh man, that's the life that I want, right? I want all the women. I want all the cars. I want all the houses. I want to be able to, do all of these things. Like, these guys can do anything that they want to do, right? And it's like you're creating that through your art, and you're always kind of upselling yourself to make it seem as if you never go through anything, or there's never any obstacles or anything like that. And this is how you're living your life. So for a young person who's never really lived any life, this is what they see. This is what they think is happening. This is how they think that you're living your life on a day-to-day basis. And for them, this is something that they want, right? That's what they want, because they don't really have any real experiences. They're so sick of the monotony. They're so sick of what's happening on a regular basis in their own life, that now when you paint a picture for them that's so vivid, especially if they're like a visual thinker, and you paint a picture for them and they can actually see it of what it is that you're saying, they're gonna gravitate to that, because that's way more fun than living their ordinary, regular, everyday goddamn life, right? It's way more fun to do that shit than to be sitting here, maybe, I don't know, working a 9 to 5 or whatever, right? So yeah, once you create that sort of fantasy and you don't really give them the whole nine, right? And talk about, and not to say that these people don't kind of talk about some of the L's that they take, but for the most part, if that's what it is that you're focused on and you're listening to the music and it's like, yeah, this dude, then you start to have this sort of inflated sort of perception of who this person really is. But in actuality, they're not giving you the whole entire person. They're giving you what it is that they want you to hear. And even if some of it is true, they're only giving you a portion of the truth. They're not giving you the entire story. They ain't telling you, hey, listen, I just lost 15 people in this past year. Or maybe 2 years, whatever it is. They ain't telling you, this building where we were at got raided and this nine people went to jail, or they're not telling you all of this sort of stuff. Right? And some of these dudes, I'm gonna tell you something was crazy as well, right? Some of these dudes, they like to go to jail, because you know why? Some of them got a little boyfriend in jail, right? If that's the type of time you want, that's the type of time you want. This isn't me saying, bashing anybody for having that perspective. But some of these dudes, man, can't stay out of there because they actually like being in that environment. You understand what I'm saying? And then they come out here and they have this bravado where you think that they, something that they portray something that they're not. Even some of these OGs that you think is these big triple OG gangsters and this, that, and the third, some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, but there's a really good portion of them, bro, that ain't giving you the whole entire story. They're not telling you the whole entire truth. You understand me? So, yeah, it's easy to get, to paint that picture to make it seem as if everything is all A-okay and life is great on this side, but really, nah, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. I'm telling you, a lot of these people, once they get institutionalized, they don't know how to turn it off, right? Once they get institutionalized, they do not know how to turn it off, right? It's like the tribalism is amplified. So the tribalism that they had out on the street, it's now amplified once they go behind there. Because now it's a different level of survival. Not to say it wasn't survival out here on the street or out on the street, but out here in the free world. But the level of tribalism every day in there, you're just living in a constant state, 9 times out of 10, of turmoil, fear, hatred, paranoia, right? Constant state of this, all of these negative emotions that you're constantly living in, right? Not knowing who to trust. I mean, think about it. You're around a bunch of wolves, right? A bunch of You're in a shark tank, basically, right? You're around a lot of people who are savages. Not gonna say everybody there is a savage, but you gotta adapt. You have to adapt. You understand what I'm saying? And then once you adapt to that lifestyle, you get out here and you get back on the street and you don't know how to turn it off. Some people, most people, don't know how to turn it off. Hit that switch. So once they get institutionalized and they come out here, and trust me, I've seen a number of these people. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen how they've come out and how they kind of operate when they're out here, and I just see it's like this PTSD that they have, right? From being from being in those situations. And now that they're out here, they still carry that PTSD. So now whenever anything sort of happens that triggers them, they don't care who's around. They're ready to go. Not all of them, some of them, a lot of them, right? So I say this, man, because I love my people, bro. Honestly, I love y'all, straight up and down. I think we're beautiful people. I think, of course, yeah, we could talk about the hand we've been dealt, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Roll with the punches. Learn how to smile. You understand what I'm saying? Keep it pushing, right? We ain't survived everything that we survived to make it to this point, right? To go back. We ain't survived. Like, you know how many people died in order for us to have freedom in the West? You know how many people passed away, bro? For us to just vote, right? For us to just be seen as human beings, in which we are. And that should have been automatic. But the way how things were set up, it just wasn't set up to view us like that. You understand what I'm saying? And you see, I know you guys see all the double standards of what's happening. I know you guys see all of the double standards that happen. Oh, don't make it easy for these people to come grab you up, man. Don't make it easy for you know what I mean, for you to get your head knocked off. Right? I'm gonna tell you, protect yourself and protect your family. I'll never look, that's something I'm gonna always preach. Right? If you gotta protect yourself and protect your family with your life, it is what it is. Don't go out there and do nothing stupid. Do not go out there and do nothing stupid. Right? Because there's consequences to that shit. Looks fun. Looks so fun. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Yeah, look how fun this is, right? And they talk about it. They talk about the people that they slapped off, right? And they talk about it in their songs. They make songs about it. They talk about smoking this pack and smoking that pack. They laugh about it. Seems fun. Well, are you still laughing when it happens to somebody close to you? Are you still laughing when you end up in a hospital? Are you still laughing when you end up behind bars? Are you still laughing when you pass on? Can't laugh at that point. It's a lot more difficult. So if you want to ride the wave, right, when it seems fun, just know there's another side to this as well. There's a flip side to that coin as well. When it looks fun, yay, oh yay. There's a flip side to that coin. Trust me, trust and believe. You understand what I'm saying? And some of us, some people who survive these situations, right? Some people who survive these things, oh, y'all ought to look back to the youth, man, and show them that, hey, listen, there's other ways to go about life. Look back to them and prevent them from making the same mistakes that you made. Look back and help them. Some of them, I'll admit, some of them are knuckleheads. They don't want to hear nothing from nobody. I get it. But the ones that we can impact, especially if you're related to these guys, right? Especially if you're related to these guys or they're in close proximity to you. Yeah, man, look, bro, I wouldn't do it that way. It don't make no sense. These are the consequences of that. Oh, well, what are my options? What else can I do? Man, look, man. All right, look. I'm going to get you this computer or whatever it is that I could do. You know what I mean? Because I want you to stay off the street, man. Go learn something. Go learn this. Put your head to this. Because who to tell? Like, some of these kids are geniuses, man. But they live in a life that just wasn't meant for them. And that's just what it is. So whenever I do hear these news stories, and I did hear something about this Florida rapper or whatever it is, that something happened with them. I don't even know this guy. Hold on one second. And as a matter of fact, who he is doesn't matter as much as what it is that he represents at this moment in time. But yeah, man, it's just rather unfortunate. I just gotta admit it. I tell all people, do not commit no crime around me because I am telling, says Terrence B. That's a fact. Terrence, if you ain't caught up in none of that sort of stuff, you know what I mean, and you're not a criminal, then hey, man, look, I ain't had nothing to do with it. This is what happened. This is how it happened. This is it. Why would you then bite the, why would you you know, implement yourself or put yourself in a position where you don't have to be, when you got real responsibilities, when you're a man that got to take care of your family? If you ain't out here doing no crime, bro, don't bite the bullet for nobody, man. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. Because that whole crash out culture, 9 times out of 10, they'll do the crime and want you not to snitch on them. Want you to do the time for them. What? Where they do that at? Bro, no. If you did something, you did something. If I did something, I did something. But I didn't. You did something. So there you go. This is the reward. These are the rewards. This empty bottle here is for you. This is the reward that you get for the deeds that you've done. Here, take it. Not so much fun now, is it? Ain't nothing in that water bottle. Just like ain't nothing in that lifestyle. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I think a lot of people my age, older, younger, we gotta grow the hell up, man. We do. We gotta put our heads towards something. We gotta build these empires. You understand what I'm saying? Build these and stop all this crashing out and all this stupidity. It's dumb. I think that's lit. It's dumb. It's dumb. It is what it is. I just gotta. It's stupid. It is. And it's rather unfortunate, man, with the Lil Durk situation. But if he did it, a lot of it is he did it to himself, because when you do listen to his music, he goes into some details. And he does say some things that makes you go, And it's been for years. Like, when I'm listening to this is not something new. It's like, why is he saying, did he really? And it just sends you off into a completely different dimension, right? It's almost as if you're there. It's like, God damn, that's how it happened? Dropping this person name and that person name? So when you doing these things and then you telling on yourselves and then you getting everybody else jammed up in situations. You're getting yourself jammed up and you getting everybody else jammed up. By doing these things and then doing them and then snitching on yourself. And then people who sit up here and talk about, oh, they don't like snitches and they don't like rats. Bro, hello, bro, hello. Bro, you're laying out the table, right? You put the plate down, you put the biscuits, right? You put the fork, you put everything. And then you throw rocks, right, at the wolves, or you throw rocks at the hungry people, and then you tell them to eat. And who are the hungry people? Them alphabet boys. You got everything set up for them to eat. You gave them the alley-oop. Come on, man. How you gonna give prime LeBron an alley oop and tell him not to dunk it? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all setting yourself up for failure. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And we got to do better as a culture. We have to do better as a people. Gaurav Sharma says hello from India. How you doing? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Let's get these likes up for sure. Thank you so much, Terrence B. I just wanted to make this quick little video though, because I didn't do a live last night, and then I purchased this new laptop because I want to or this new MacBook because I want this channel to really expand. I really want to expand this channel, right? And these are things that I wanted to do for a very long time. But now I'm gonna start doing different things. Like I'm gonna start actually having not just live content, but I'm gonna go back to making more content as well, right? Different types of content, travel content, all different types of stuff. So you guys do stay tuned for that. And appreciate you, Terrence B. Somebody said Tupac. I can prove anyone that he is a terrible choice. I have receipts. The stats don't lie, huh? What are you talking about? Support Trump. Don't just assume things. I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's assuming that I support Trump. Wow. Where did you get that assumption, Ho for show? I'm not entirely sure. What's funny is I actually was talking to somebody. It was a Latino that was in support for Trump. I was actually just talking to that person not too long ago. They were asking me about my podcast and everything like that. But yeah, I'm not a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? I'm just not. Anyway, guys, Jack, have you okay. Mexico Rifa. The real Jamaican Mark Hanley. Manchester United. Arsenal have bottled the league and it's November. The real Jamaican Mark Hanley. Look, Mark, if you really want to get into that, Mark, the referees jammed us up, right? The referee gave yellow cards to people that were red cards to people for yellow card offenses. Did it twice. Both of those games we ended up dropping points. One game we lost, the game versus Bournemouth, that was lost because of the red card to Saliba. May have really been a red card, who knows. And the Newcastle game. Other than the Bournemouth game and the Newcastle game, I think those are the only two games that we really actually lost. But I'm gonna just keep it a bean, bro. The refereeing is terrible. So yeah, if you really want to laugh, but you're Manchester United, I wouldn't laugh. You guys do have a good coach though, but yeah, you guys are like 17th or something. I don't know. I don't even know. I know you guys are not in the first half of the table, the top half of the table. So I think you should calm down, right? Calm down. You got a good coach. Be humble. Sit down. I'm not watching the Premier League as much though, because the refereeing is absolutely terrible. So in my opinion, I'm just not going to subject myself to that, because I see where the players, man, they spend so much time perfecting their craft, and people go to the games and watch the games to see the players play. Now it's about the referees. I don't give a damn about the referees. Call the game even. Call the game right down the middle. But these referees, they have ulterior motives, and it really kind of pisses me off. So I just don't subject myself to that as much anymore, right? It is what it is. I ain't tripping. All is not lost, because Liverpool will drop points, right? The league isn't, we're not even in December yet, and the guy's saying the league is bottled. I wouldn't go as far as saying that. You know, Odegaard is back. Liverpool are what, 7 points ahead of Arsenal right now? 9 points maybe? That's what, 3 games? Anything can happen between now and the end of the season. I wouldn't sit up here and say the season's bottled. So, yeah. Here we go, blaming the refs again. I'm just telling the truth. Hey, look, if you feel how you feel about it, it's cool. I'm just telling the truth. It don't really matter, honestly. It's the truth. It's the truth. And the referee, didn't one referee just get in trouble for what he said about Jurgen Klopp yesterday? Like yesterday, a referee basically admitted that he was being biased. Yes, the referees are terrible in the English Premier League, so I will not be subjecting myself to that crap. I have other things that I could do in my life. And so, yeah, I'm going to support my team, but I won't be watching as much. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I'm not going to let that ruin my day. You understand what I'm saying? And I see it, that Arteta, he's not liked by these referees. And it's not just about talent. It's not just about ability. It's about politics. And I don't think that type of politics should be in sports. So that's just my opinion. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to do this like quick live stream and talk about that stuff later on. I should be back later on. I think I'm going to do another stream later on as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be having different types of content. Haha, deepen your voice, bro. Look, my voice is my voice. This dude says Lil Nas X. Bro, I don't give a damn what you think about me, bro. You think you're going to come in here and try to change me to fit your perception of what you think I should be? You really think I'm gonna? He says jokes, bro. Honestly, I don't even care. He's like, bro, I'm joking, bro. It is what it is. It's okay. Are you Bob? Bob, cut it out, Bob. Stop it, Bob. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go get back to doing what it is that I'm doing. I think I'm gonna go get something to eat from Subway. I think there's a Subway like right here. So I'm gonna go grab some Subway, and then I'll see you guys later. If not later, tomorrow. Thank you guys for tapping in. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's just jokes. I get it. Take it easy, Bob. Bye-bye.